Hey, this is Carla from the Butcher Babies.
This is George Corcoran Fisher from Cannibal Corpse.
Hey, this is Rex from Kill Devil Hill. It's Wednesday 13.
This is Jazz from Devil Driving.
This is Motorist from War. You're listening to Rabid Noise
on Rabid Radio.
Turn it up.
Welcome back to Rabid Noise. That was Electra from Refused, who have just been announced for Soundwave 2016. And joining me on the program now is legendary frontman Dennis Lyxzén. Great to have you with us, man. How's things?
Things are good. How are you, man?
Very good, thanks, dude. Very good. Well, there were rumors floating around you guys were coming back to Soundwave, and now it's all official. It's all out there. It's confirmed, which is exciting for me because this will be the first time I'll be seeing Refused. I missed you last time, and I'm pretty bummed about it. So finally get my chance, man. Being that, you know, you're coming back, your new album, are you going to be playing a mix of old and new material, or how's the set going to plan out, do you think?
No, I mean, Soundwave is a festival, so it'll be a mix of I don't know how many real hits we have, but a bunch of old songs and a bunch of new songs. I mean, it's one of those things where we do actually have a new record out, and we're playing to promote the record and also to prove to people that these songs stand up really well besides the old songs. So it'll be a good mix. I mean, I think we play festivals now. We play 10 songs. You play maybe 5 or 6 old ones and 4 or 5 new ones, depending on how we feel.
Oh man, I love the new album, Freedom. It's great.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's really, really cool, man. And it came out a couple of months ago, and it's been, you know, obviously the first album since The Shape of Punk to come way back in '98. How's it getting back into the writing mode with the lads?
It was interesting. It was very. It took us a while to. I wouldn't say it took us a while to actually figure out what we wanted to do, but figure out how we could do it. I mean, it's been a long process. One of the things that was important to this whole idea was that actually Chris, David, and Magnus were writing music before I even got involved, and they were writing as a sort of a instrumental, free-form, avant-garde metal project. And then we talked about maybe those songs should be Refused songs, and so there was already a bulk of ideas floating around. But yeah, it was a different. I mean, it was very different from writing in the '90s, which is good, I would have to say.
Oh man, it's as I said, I really dig the album as an old school fan. It's fresh, man. Yeah, and heaps of people are digging it too. How's the fan reaction been? Yeah,
it's good. I think once again we made a record that's a bit of a grower to people. We made a record that, I mean, it's not an easy listen in that sense that just put it on once and they're like, yeah, I get it. I mean, it is one of those records that you have to maybe, you know, spin it maybe 3 or 4 times, and then you're like, okay, I get what they're trying to do. I mean, but so far, I mean, the reaction's been great, and then, you know, when we play these songs live, people are very excited. So it's been overwhelmingly good, I would say. So yeah, I can't complain. It's always someone's going to be negative, but that's just a part of our culture, I would say.
Yeah, there's always some jerk out there. You can't please everyone. But most of the reaction's been really good. Like when Electra dropped, everyone that I know, my newsfeed on Facebook just lost their shit. Everyone was just like, this is awesome. So, you know, you guys are definitely on the right track, man. And it's like, even though you had that break for so many years, you just come back stronger than ever. It's just amazing, man.
Yeah, there's something about, I mean, it's been said before and it's been talked about, but, you know, certain people have certain energy together. And when those people, it's such a lame, ordinary story, but once we got back together and started playing in 2012, we figured that, we have this energy. We played together in a way that's very unique to us. And, I mean, people have done that thousands of times before. And we didn't think that we were going to be one of those bands because people are joking oh, you're going to do a reunion tour and then you're going to get excited and then you're going to put out a new record. We're like, no way, that's going to happen. And here we are talking about a new record, and it did happen. But there's something about, you know, the way we play together and the way we interact musically that just makes it very special. And I mean, Chris, that plays guitar. I mean, he wrote New Noise. We broke up. He put the guitar down for 14 years, picks the guitar up, and he writes Elektra. So, there's something about a character like that that's just like so in tune with what he wants to do, and it's like if you're lucky enough, you can just tag along a person like that and be like, yeah, he knows what he's doing. Because when the other guys asked me, I was like kind of the last one in, and they asked me, do you want to do a new Refuse record? I was like, yeah, I'm not sure. And then they played me Elektra. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. You should do this. So it's quite a privilege,
It's it's chemistry, man. As you're saying, that chemistry between people, just you can't put your finger on it, can you? You can't put money on it. You can't do anything. It's just when people get in a room and there's and you can never replicate it. I mean, you look at bands that you like, and then at a certain point they just start being not as great, and then you look at, oh yeah, that guy quit the band. It's not going to be the same, and it's hard to replicate. I've been lucky enough to play in a bunch of bands that were fantastic, but then Refused, it's just like it's something out of the ordinary. I mean, probably because we were like our first real band that actually took it out there, but there's something about that can't be dismissed, Oh, definitely, man. We're going to go to the track Dawkins Christ, my favorite track off Freedom now, and we'll be back very soon on Rabid Noise. Hey guys, just want to take a minute to give a shout out to our podcast supporters, RW Promotion, who are the best in the business when it comes to printing posters, flyers, banners, badges, business cards, you name it. They've got what it takes to help you get everything you need to help spread the word about your band or business, and with a blistering turnaround, they'll make sure you get your product ASAP. So get in touch with Richard and the team at www.rwpromotion.com.au or shoot them an email at info@rwpromotion.com.au. Also want to give a shout out to the guys at Blacklight Art and Design, who in my opinion are the Gold Coast best screen printers. So, we've gotten many band shirts and even our own Rabid Noise shirts done through these guys, and they've also got one of the fastest turnarounds I've ever seen. So all quality prints at competitive prices. So whether it's band merchandise, sporting teams, promotional garments or workwear, they've got you covered. So hit them up at www.blacklightad.com.au or email them at info@blacklightad.com.au. So big thanks to those guys for helping us to bring you this podcast each and every week, and for, of course, supporting the metal scene. So now it's back to Rabid Noise. And we're back with Dennis from Refuse. Now, of course, I was saying before, Shape of Punk to Come it's such an iconic album. It's always mentioned in a lot of people's top albums of all time. What album has done that for you?
Well, I mean, there's a couple of bands that that's always been on my list for the past 25 years, and it's like Minor Threat, Slayer, and Bad Brains. They're always there's always the top three. But then, I mean, I'm a huge record collector, music sort of nerd type of person. It changes, it fluctuates. Like every year I have an artist that I'm like, this is the best artist ever. And then next year I'm like, no, wait, this is the best artist ever. But I mean, apart from those quite, expected, Slayer and Minor Threat Nick Cave is probably one of my favorite artists of all times. Yeah, anything with Nick Cave, basically. I mean, from the birthday party, Boys Next Door birthday party, everything. I mean, I'm just a fan of Nick Cave. And also, another band that I really love with the Australian connection is a band called Crime and City Solution. Wow. But I mean, I just love music, and it's like one of those things where I have an idea that every day of my life, I need to find a new track that I haven't heard before that makes me excited.
See, that recently happened to me a couple of years ago. There's a band they used to be called Beast Milk. They're called Grave Pleasures now. That band was that band for me recently. Absolutely adore that band. If you can, check out an album called Climax. That was my favorite album.
Check it out. I mean, I think when you're young, there are certain... The defining moments of your musical development happen quite often when you're young, because you're like a blank sheet. You discover shit, and you're like, oh, Dead Kennedys, oh my God, oh Minor Threat, oh my God, 7 Seconds, I love it. As you grow older, it doesn't happen quite as often, but when it does, it really hits you hard. When you discovered something and you're like, why haven't I heard this band before? I mean, quite recently, there's a German noise band called Einsturz and the Neubauten, and I discovered them. I mean, they've been around since the 70s, and I just recently got into them, and it's one of those deals where I got into them. I'm like, why haven't I been listening to this my entire life? Probably because my ears wasn't ready.
Sure, and there's like that Nick Cave connection. So the Nick Cave sort of leads you down a few different musical.
That is true.
Areas.
That is true. And he's the key to a lot of things.
Man,
I mean, if you didn't know, the record, the Refuse record, is produced by Nick Launay. That's done the last 7 Nick Cave records. There's a very clear connection to Refuse right now with Nick Cave.
Wow, I bet you just picked his brains about Nick Cave the whole time, right?
yeah. There was a lot of questions floating around.
I totally would have. Well, you guys are like one of the craziest live bands around, and I'm pretty sure you've probably had many brutal injuries over the years. What's the most damage you've done to yourself playing live?
I mean, knock on wood, I've been quite lucky. I mean, I sprained my ankle a couple of times. My knees are sorely fucked up from jumping off speakers. But I never really, hurt myself that bad. One time we played with Noise Conspiracy, and I got down on my knees singing, and Lars, the guitar player, went over, and he kneed me right in the face. Oh, so I had a huge black eye for like 2 weeks. I think it was like years of playing together, like pent up frustration. He's like, I'm gonna get that fucker, and he kneed me right in the face just during the show.
Oh man, that's brutal. It happens. Headstocks to the face and hair around.
Yeah.
Rock and roll, man.
I mean, well, it's and also one time we played Refused in the 90s. I did like a headbanging thing, and Chris threw up the guitar, so I got a tuning peg right in my face. Oh. And we had to stop the show because I was bleeding so much. It's actually somewhere on YouTube. There's a shot of me, just bam, and then I'm covered in blood. It's pretty brutal, like covered in blood, and then someone takes me off stage and I have to go to the hospital. And the venue that we were playing called the Red Eye, which is pretty awesome. Yeah.
Oh man, that's brutal. Oh, I love hearing those stories. But, well, actually, talking about International Noise Conspiracy, I saw you guys way back at, I think it was Blizzard, and my wife was at the same gig. We didn't know each other at the time. We were at the same gig, and when we met, we were both wearing International Noise Conspiracy hoodies.
No way.
Bizarre.
That is amazing.
Yeah, we always talk about
that. That's fantastic. That makes me very, very happy. I was hanging out the bass player for Noise Conspiracy. Obviously, he plays bass and against me nowadays. So we were just hanging out this weekend because we were playing Reading and Leeds together. So it's good times. Yeah, we were reminiscing about the 14 years that we did together.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, so we always talk about that. We were at the same gig and we didn't know each other. And then a few months later, there you go. Now she's stuck with me.
That is fantastic. That makes me very happy to hear.
Yeah. Well, thanks for playing a part. Thanks for, helping us get it together.
Do what I can for love,
Awesome, man. Well, talking about, you've just released a new album. I know it's probably too soon to say, but are there plans in the future for another Refused?
Yes. There's nothing concrete. There's nothing set, but our ambition is to be a band. Our ambition is to be a band that plays and tours and records, and that's what we want to do. We're not going to be. I don't think we're going to be a hugely prolific band due to the fact that the music we play is slightly insane. But I think that we tour this record another year and then take some months